What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Your friends play Crash Bash Part 15. We are here in the third warp room, and we are now going to try. I stressed the word try here in the third warp room, but we're going to try and get as many Sapphire Relics as possible. I only have 6 total now, which isn't too bad. I've only played 9 levels, so and some of the harder levels, like the polar games and the pogo games, and the ball games. I've gotten the Sapphire Relics on, so I don't look at that as being too bad. Now this is where the ball games are not going to be quite as easy, because of engine having that obstacle in the way. The balls, as you've seen before, can get caught on his ship, and they will actually they can bounce back at you. Like if one of the side guys throws one and it gets caught on engine ship, it has a higher chance of going down towards you. You can see they tend to throw the balls more towards you, and because there are a lot more balls here than just 4, a lot of the time you can actually get quite a few balls going into your goal. It's something that you really can't fight against, to be honest. You just have to pay attention to how many balls you have, try your best to get as many balls as you can to go to stay away from you, but there's not a whole lot you can do. Like in a situation like that, you know, there's just nothing I really could do. I think I might have ran out of kick for a moment. I'm not 100% sure if I did or not, but it seemed like I did. This is one of the more. This is, as I said, where things will get harder. Because this is a ball event, I won't give it too much. I won't try too long with it, just because I know with beach ball that took like 15 minutes to do, and I don't want to waste time on that. You know, if this appears to be something that I'm not going to be able to win, then I'm just going to go on, because Melt Panic's going to give me trouble. El Pogo Loco is going to give me trouble. The crap. Which one is it? Snow Bash shouldn't give me any problems, but I didn't think Jungle Bash would give me problems either, so that's kind of iffy. Metal Fox shouldn't, in theory, give me any problems, but again, you know, I really don't know whether it will or won't. It's kind of hard to say. Because of the Lobbing Bombs, it's going to make it a little bit easier, but you know, it really just depends. Like I really don't know. Dot Dash probably will give me a lot of trouble. I don't think the Gold Relic gave me any problems, but I know the Sapphire Relic for all of the Dash games, even on Splash Dash. Splash Dash was, I believe, the last Sapphire Relic that I got in the entire game, just because it was so difficult. Even though as much as I like that particular event, the Sapphire Relic is very difficult. Crap. I'm doing a little bit better, a little bit more on even ground with Cortex, but you can see, as I've said before, there are 5 balls instead of the 4 that the other ball games have had recently. Okay. Now, if I fail this one, I will give it one more go. That stings. If I do lose this event, or this time, I will give it one more go after this, and if I fail it, then I'll just go ahead and quit. I'll try to at least, I will try it about 5 times. If I don't win, I'll have 5 failures in a row, and if I can't get it within, you know, if I can't win the Sapphire Relic in that time, then there's no point in me trying, and I'll just get it off. I'll either not worry about it, or I'll get it off camera, because there's no benefit to getting the relics outside of just getting 200%. There is no reward like in previous Crash games, like the CTR. If you got all the gold and platinum relics, you'd see the confetti fly during the credits. You get to see the scrapbook. With Crash 3, you know, you got the gym. Well, I don't think I actually got anything for getting all the relics platinum, because that's an optional thing you can do after you win, or after you beat the game for the second time. And so there's not really a benefit to getting all the platinum relics. But I believe there is a benefit for getting them all gold. If I'm not mistaken, I think that you do get that extra gem. So that is something. A little bit more even ground here. I could have swore Cortex was a lot higher than where he was. And you can just watch the way the shield or the force field works, how easy it is to... You can actually throw balls into your own goal very easily if you're not careful. Come on, Tiny. Oh, that was a tie. That was definitely a tie. So this will be my last attempt. Already 6 minutes in, so that's fine. But if you just watch what the force field doesn't work all that well, to be honest. Like, you still, if a ball comes at you fast enough, you still have to use the kick to get it away from you. So you can't just assume, okay, well, because I have the force field, no ball is going to ever pass my goal. It helps, but it's not a for sure thing. It helps, you know, with if you have one during engine and you actually can get a force field while you're dealing with engine. Crap. That it helps then, but it's not a it's not a for sure thing that it's gonna help keep the balls out of your goal. This just sucks. Like, I don't know what it is. I just can't. I keep hitting them, and they just keep bouncing all over the place, and they keep them out of their goal, but all the balls keep going into my goal, so that's why they're not losing any points. One more try. I believe this is like 6 that I've tried. I'm going to keep it at 5, but I'll give this one more go, just because I would like to at least get sapphires on all the ball games, but I'm not going to sit here and waste the entire video over it, because as I said, I'm going to have to do quite a bit in the 3rd warp room, and it will be hard to do, and it will take time. So maybe I'll pay more attention to this instead of talking, and I'll see if that will help. Doing a little bit better. I did lose my kick there for a while, and you want to make sure that you don't lose your kick while engine is really is throwing a whole bunch of balls out, because that is, you know, hitting them with your ship is not very effective. It's not quite as effective as it was in the previous events, and so you want to be very careful while doing that. If you notice there, the ball, instead of the force field didn't propel the ball away from me, it just kind of bounced off my ship, and then it immediately went into my goal. That's why the force field is not a for sure thing. You still have to pay attention to how the ball, you know, like the speed and everything that the ball is coming towards you. That would have helped me if I could have got the force field a little bit sooner, but Kong's right in front of me, and I don't think I'm going to be able to get this, to be honest. I may. There you go. 9 minutes, well, give it another go. You know, if I win, I win. I don't mind making these a little bit longer if these videos a little bit longer as long as I win. But if I'm just gonna keep failing over and over, then I'm not gonna waste time like that on just a whole bunch of failures for no reason. And sometimes the force field can actually push the ball into your goal, so you have to be careful about that. It's, like I said, it's not a for sure thing that it will help keep the balls away from you. It's kind of more a way just to angle them away from you so that it's easier to dump them into the side goals. It's that's really all it is good for. To be honest, if you watch the way that the balls go while dealing with Tiny or Kong, I guess would be a little bit better. You can just watch how they curve around and head towards Tiny and Kong's goal, depending on the angle the ball is going in. And the way Engine comes out is random as well. You know, sometimes you won't see him for a while, but then sometimes he'll come up really fast. Oh, crap. Really? That sucks. That really sucks. Wasted 10 minutes on that one. But, oh well, you just see how difficult it is, and that's really what I wanted to show off, just how difficult it is. But now we have to go and do Melt Panic. This one's going to be bad. This one's going to be the bad one for sure. But anyway. And now this one, unlike the previous events, you can't rely on the beam. You have to get lucky enough that the beam takes out one of the hard characters at first. But if they don't, then there's no hope for you, to be honest. If the beam doesn't get over like a Coco or a Dingo at first, and then like freeze them or turn them into a snowball, there's not a whole lot of hope for you. You can take out Cortex yourself, but there's not, like I said, there's not a whole lot of hope going up against Coco. I mean, you can just see how much she pushed me back the other way. You know, like when I try to fight her head on, and she just has so much more charging power. And running your bar all the way to the top is not a very good strategy. And see, she just pins you up against the thing, and that's what makes Coco so difficult. She can do this on any polar game. She can pin you up against the arena and then just keep pushing you, and then you end up falling off. Or you can't go anywhere, and then you just end up falling off. There's nothing you can do. There's no way you can fight it. Dingo is kind of the same, but he doesn't have the same power that she does. Let's see if I can get rid of crap. Oh, is that 2 failures? And of course, then like I said, they focus on you a lot more than going after the people that are hurt or stunned or like turned into a snowball or whatever. And so you do have to be careful. Ah, well, she did hit me in the back, and there's really no way I could have caught myself, but still. Just like I've said before, of course, there's just nothing you can do when you have this lineup. I mean, even with someone like Tiny, it's still very difficult. This particular level is just because the way the difficulty is set. They can charge you harder than they can push you farther than you can them. I mean, even using Coco it's still difficult. You know, of course, you have these like Coco. If you was able to play through the entire game as Coco and get to this point, it's still going to be difficult. Just because of the difficulty spike. You know, I mean, you still have to deal with Dingo, and you don't want to go after this with Dingo because what you have to deal with is Tiny. And Tiny is not a very good. Tiny's kind of like Coco, but not. Which he can't charges many times. He's only got like 2 good charges in him before he has to hesitate. Unlike Coco, she can, I think, do 2 or 3. Maybe she's like Tiny, and only Dingo and Rillaroo can do 3 times. I don't remember right off the top of my head, to be honest. Really. I'll give it one more try, and then that'll be it. I've wasted enough time with this. It's clear I'm not going to be able to win. So there's no use in trying. Of course, they're throwing him around. They're not actually trying to knock him off. And I mean, you notice they're going after. Really. They're going after me instead of, I'll give it one more try. They're going after me instead of each other, so I can't just sit back and just let the clock run out. There's no benefit in that. And they gang up on me right at the start, and so you can't get any relief from them. I mean, look at that. Coco is going after me. Cortex is going after me. You don't even have any time to rest and just stop and look at and let them fight amongst each other. They always go for you first. I mean, you know, going up against Cortex, while his charge is full, he can still bounce you back, as if he boosted right into you. I mean, you can fight back from Dingo if he pins you up against the thing, but you really can't. Coco, there's just no hope. But Dingo, you can't make any ground up on him just because he can charge so many times. There we go. Well, maybe I'll get it. I hope so, but I seriously doubt it. And of course, no one gets hit by the beam. That does stink, especially how often the beam, you know, how bad the beam is to actually hit anybody, and then when they have the opportunity to hit anybody. And look at this, though. Everybody's going after me. Like, I can't. It's clear I can't go after Coco. I can't pin Cortex up against the side to actually hurt him. I'm gonna give this to Coco. I can't pin Cortex up against the side. So no. Come on. There we go. About messed that one up. Now we know I can get rid of Cortex. I can fight Dingo if I can pin him up against the side. Crap. Okay, there's nothing I could do. I mean, you know, you think you can fight Dingo, but you really can't. Especially once your bar gets full, when you're sitting there trying to fight to get back off the edge, there's just you just don't have a chance to be able to fight Dingo. But Manic Panic will be a little bit easier. At least I hope it will be. So this is going to be pretty difficult. This is going to be kind of like Pogo Painter. Except there will be a lot more points they can score just because there's 3 boxes instead of 2. And then you have to deal with the TNTs that Ripperoo lays down. Yeah, so this is going to be pretty much like Pogo Painter, but harder. Like I said, they will have the ability to score more points because there'll be 3 boxes instead of 2, and as you've seen, I have been able to score points because 2 boxes were pretty close to each other. Well, the AI has that same opportunity, and they can do that pretty easily. But anyway, oh crap. Yeah, see, there you go. That's what Dingo did, and what Rillaroo did. Of course, I got stuck behind Dingo. So I'm getting into that period where I'm not scoring any points, everyone else is, and I have to pay attention to Coco and Rillaroo. As I've said before in the past, you know, you just have to pay attention to different people. Coco and Rillaroo are my only competitors right now. Dingo doesn't have a chance. I think I may get this. Yeah, I'll get it, definitely. But that's just one round of... Wow, look at that. Rillaroo having 105 jumped up to 120. And that was... but I said I already had it by that time, you know, so that's just... You can't assume you have it until it's done and over with. Ever. You know, to be honest. Of course. And that's the penalty you pay for trying to score a whole bunch of points in one go. Nothing good ever really comes of it. You can see Dingo and Rillaroo are right there with me, and points-wise, you don't want to follow after people to go after boxes. You just want to focus on going after your own, especially if you can get a pair of speed shoes. Now, being smaller in this, really, and that's a bad thing about this level, or really any pogo level. But it seems this problem seems to come up a lot more here, that you can get pinned up against somebody, and this problem really comes out with the during the crystal for this particular level. With the nitros, you can get pinned up against somebody and you can't get down, and then you just keep, like if you have a pair of speed shoes, they can somehow follow you all the way across, and you can't get down to get away from it, and then you just all of a sudden, like, wow, okay, I get hit with a nitro and blow up, or get hit with a TNT, or miss my chance to get a box or whatever. Hopefully, Dingo won't get any more points. A little bit too close for comfort, but I'll take it. But we still have to win one more, so this won't be easy. I know, stretch of the imagination. Of course, she would go after that one. And there's nothing I can do over here. So Rillaroo and Dingo seem to be the ones that are scoring points early on. Yeah, there's that. I don't think I'm going to win this one either. Of course. Oh, I'm not even looking forward to Pogo Padlock. That's one that usually gives me a lot of trouble as well. I'm in a little better position now that I have some speed shoes, but everyone's so close to me, and Rillaroo's scoring points consistently. I knew he was going to go out. I knew he was going to try to go after that and blow up, so that's why I didn't try to go after that pair of speed shoes. But ties don't work. I have to win. Hopefully he will blow up. I'm not going to get enough points, though. Yeah, there ain't no way. Oh, wow, I just need one box. Just give me one box. That's what hurts the most. I needed 2 points. 2 points. I just needed one box. If I hadn't got shot by Coco, that wouldn't have happened. I would have been able to get the box, and everything would have been okay. That's what makes these Pogo games, especially later on, just so frustrating. And that's why that's why the penalty system, you know, you lose both of your, or all of your wins. That just makes no sense. Like, why would you put that into a game and you actually expect people to come back and beat it, or new people come back or try to beat the game? You know, like, knowing that you have to, you know, because I know what you have to do to win the Sapphire Relics. I really don't want to keep trying to go after any more Sapphire Relics. I would be just happy to end the project now and then move on to another game that I have lined up after I beat Crash Bash. Of course, I really not in the position to do that. But just regular people just playing the game for fun can do that. If I didn't have to, I wouldn't get this far. I would get all of the easy Sapphire Relics, the fun ones, and then I wouldn't get any more. I wouldn't bother with majority of Warp Room 3, Warp Room 4. I just wouldn't worry about it. And it's just so frustrating, especially when you like all I need to do is one win. And see here, I win by a good amount, but I may win the second one, just kind of like Poco Painter all over again. I'll win the first round, I'll win the second round, then third round they'll just stop me again. But anyway, so I thought Ripperoo was gonna get up there to that box. That's why I didn't go up there. And this does stink. It's nothing that really, I've never been messed up by it. By Ripperoo boxing you in like that. But it can happen sometimes, and so you just kind of have to sit there for a moment and just bounce and wait for the TNTs to blow up. I don't suggest going around any of the TNTs ever unless you have a pair of speed shoes. That's about the only time I would suggest messing around the TNTs, unless you really need that TNT or that box around the TNT, like right at the end of a match or something, or a round or whatever, and you really need that box. I don't suggest messing around with TNTs just because it doesn't really do you a whole lot of good. And if you can do what I just did, I was able to get away fast enough from the TNT for it to benefit me. That's about the only time I would ever mess around at TNTs. And Ripperoo shooting didn't really help me out all that much, but I've got a good enough lead. I don't need to worry about it. I can just sit here and bounce and not do anything. And now I'll lose round 3. And if I do lose round 3, I will just move on to another game, and I've already tried this enough. Now, if you can pin someone up against like the TNTs like Coco was doing, I don't think I pinned her up against them, but it definitely helped that I was there, because I guess that confused her enough that it allowed her to stay up there and then get hit by the TNTs, which definitely helps. Again, that's one of the bad things, and that's why I suggest not using the speed shoes around the nitros for the crystal here, because you just you bounce. Ripperoo will lay something down right in your path, and then you'll just and then you'll lose a pair of speed shoes. Losing a pair of speed shoes isn't that bad, to be honest. It's more really. Come on. And Coco's getting ahead. Come on. It's my box. Come on, really? I just need one box. Or a set of boxes, I guess. That stinks. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That's just the way it goes sometimes. You get boxed in behind someone, you get shot, something just out of your control happens, and then you lose all that work for no reason. I don't like going after the Sapphire Relics. I beat this game once, and I don't ever want to beat it again. I don't have any reason to want to beat it again. Alright, well, this will be mixed. I think won't be as hard as Jungle Bash, but I don't think it'll be easy as Space Bash either, because of the penguin. The penguin aspect makes it easier than Jungle Bash, but the penguin also makes it harder than Space Bash, to be honest. And not only the penguin, just the the different people around that can mess you up. And really, the penguin does hurt, like hurts quite a bit. And the ability not to throw very far hurts. The ability to spin only really helps when you're doing the crystal for Space Bash. Outside of that, it's not that useful. It's definitely a lot more efficient to throw, especially as damage is lower. There we go. Or the damage you can do by boxes is less. You can stay back and just throw boxes from a good distance away. And that's a lot better than having to run up really close to somebody and spin them, and then get into a bunch of, or get into into a group of people that you could take damage from or whatever. So you definitely, and that's why you have to think about who you are. If once you start the game, of course, every character has his or her own weaknesses, but you have to think about, in the long run, who's better than who. Like Crash is only good at a handful of things, and even then, those he's not all that good at. He's okay at the Pogo games, still Rillaroos better. He's okay at the Bash games early on. He's good at the Medieval Mayhem games, but that's only one event, and those are pretty easy. In the long run, those are pretty easy. Then some of the other events, and that is just one event. That is just one type of event. You can't base an entire. Come on. And that's why you can't let the clock run out, because I'm going to run out of time. I'm going to lose my win. It's just something I could do, all in all, I would say either Tiny or Kong's better in the long run, just because there's more events that favor their style of character more than anybody. And the only reason I picked Crash was just because I've been Crash throughout the entire time that I have been playing Crash games. I played Crash for CTR, so I decided, well, why not go ahead and use Crash for this one? Because recently, when I ran through the game, I tried it as Tiny, and I didn't have that much luck, and so that's why I wanted to try Crash, thinking, oh, okay, well, maybe it'll be a little bit easier, or at least I'll know how to overcome the weaknesses of Crash. Well, no. Definitely not. And if the Arena Champion thing is to, if the Arena Champion thing is actually real, like the Arena Champions for different events are better than their counterparts, I would definitely say Tiny would be the way to go just for the tanks. Throwing a little bit farther, like as Kong, won't really help all that much, and the extra damage you can do in the tanks will definitely help. The extra damage or the extra power that you can do in the polar events helps, because Tiny, as I've said before, Tiny is an Arena Champion for the polar games, and so that helps. And of course, he passed it on to Dingo. I knew he was going to do that. And so yeah, I'd definitely say Tiny is the way to go to play through the entire game. Really, I didn't know that was a weight. That would have definitely helped. Alright, all he needs is a spin. There we go. Well, this will be my last try. If I don't win this, then I'll go ahead and move on to something else. This is getting to be too long. So who needs it? Really, Brio needs it, to be honest. He's the one character that seems to stay alive at the end too often. There we go. So that takes care of him. Ah, really? So that takes care of you. Yes. At least I got one Sapphire Relic. Definitely Waking the Penguin helps. Using the items, like with the weight, you know, knocking out Brio helps. Using the weight really on anybody, I would say. Use it on Kong or Brio, in this case Brio, you know, whichever one's seeming to last longer. Staying alive longer, I would definitely use it on that person. Waking the Penguin, using the Penguin, trying to make sure that you blow up any explosive crates around people definitely helps. You know, every little bit helps, like just doing things like that. Like I said, this shouldn't be quite as difficult as Desert Fox was, just because you know, the Lobbing Bombs will definitely make this a lot easier. Let's see, who do I want to use on? Definitely Cortex. Tiny wouldn't be a bad idea. Oh, crap. Alright, we'll use one on Rillaroo. And shoot, Cortex may kill himself. There we go. And you can see how useful it is to have really strong weapons, and you can just hang out in the back and not really mess around with people. But the way that the corridors are set up, you know, you can actually hide pretty well in the corridors, and you don't have to fight anybody ever, really. I mean, it's actually pretty rare that unless you get into a situation like this, where you're kind of pinned in against people. There's not a whole lot you can do here, but outside of just drop some mines around. Really? Come on. Definitely suggest going after Cortex first. I would say shoot first, and don't let Cortex shoot first. And if you can't get to a Lobbing Bomb, you definitely want to shoot it and make it go, you know, and get rid of it so that the AI can't get to it. You definitely don't want the AI going after Lobbing Bombs. They really don't. They're not really accurate with them all that often, but it's still, you know, better to be safe than sorry. There we go. Now the Lobbing Bomb can only go two corridors away from them, but the blast radius is wide. So if I would have angled it a little bit better, I could have hit both Tiny and Cortex with one bomb instead of having to come back down and hit Cortex. Oh crap, Tiny. Hey, I mean, you can see just what my damage is doing now. I mean, it's like I'm just shooting him. Oh crap. There's no where to hide against anything. Oh wow. Ooh, that was bad. I think I only have one win. No. Damn. That's why you have to be careful. Like, if you have a Lobbing Bomb, just hang back and you know, just let the Lobbing Bomb take care of the enemies. Especially if you're Crash or Coco, you know, there's just no way that you can fight them. So just don't even try. Really, I mean, you can almost match Rillaroo strength-wise, but even then, it's kind of a long shot, especially if you miss for no reason. I clearly... Oh, crap. Oh, there goes my accuracy. So Tiny will blow himself up. Yeah, that's what I was fixing to say. Tiny will blow himself up. Cortex will blow himself up. And they'll get rid of that. I can go up there and get that Wumpa Fruit. Wow. So where is Rillaroo at? There we go. too bad, but my win rate after this is pretty low. Okay, like in a situation like this, you want to try to hit tiny, but then also be ready to run if you can. Come on, get him. That's just the speed of our bullets compared to his. That's why Crash and Coco's bullets are so bad. Oh crap! There we go. I wasn't sure where I wasn't even paying. I could see the mine down there, but I wasn't sure where it was placed at. Hey, as I've said before, you want to be careful because you can actually shoot yourself with the lobbing bombs if you're not careful about how you oh really, there we go. If you get right up close to somebody and if you use the lobbing bomb, you'll actually damage yourself as well, and I'm sure with the higher difficulty you'll take more damage than they will. So you want to be very careful about that. If you're one if you're one line up on somebody, you won't have to worry about that. It's just whenever you're right up on somebody, that's when you have to worry about taking damage like that. But anyway, so I'll give this the usual 5 or 6 rounds, and then I'll end it. Then on the video here, I think I only got 1, 2 Sapphire Relics out of all the one, but I almost had the other level, or whichever one you call it. Oh, the pogo level a couple times. Actually, I had won 4 rounds on that one, so I'm not too disappointed in that one. Of course, I would have liked to have won, and winning a couple rounds doesn't make up for not winning, but I'll definitely take it. Winning is definitely a lot better than just like doing what I did with, I guess, Melt Panic and just keep failing over and over. Maybe I think I did win one of those rounds too, but I think I had more failures than wins, so really can't take that one as a victory. And you can see what Rillaru does. That's how the difficulty is increased. The AI will do that a lot more often. If they can get out ahead, especially at the start, and then they just keep getting Wumpa Fruit, and they'll just keep using it over and over. And so you kind of have to ensure that you can get out ahead and get as much Wumpa Fruit as possible. You don't want to stockpile it as you have seen me do before. You want to try to use it. You don't want to use it all up at the start of the race, but you want to you don't want to save it too often. And you don't want to get caught on the edge of the thing like I've been doing. It's definitely that's probably what's slowing me down a lot more than what I'm thinking it is. It's not round like the other levels have been, and there's no way I'm going to win because Rillaru's got a lap on me again. Oh, that's why the dash events are so bad with the Sapphire Relics. Yeah, see, if you can get out ahead of that character that's doing really well, and then you just keep stealing the missiles and the Wumpa Fruit, that will definitely help you out in the long run. If you can knock off the good character, whoever's doing the best. Like in this case, it would be Kong. If you can knock him off the track, do it as much as possible. Because you have this back wall, you don't have to worry about staying as tucked into the inside as you have been in the previous dash events, so you can actually afford to run out a little bit wide through there. You just have to be careful about doing it during the bottom of the track. You don't want to go too wide going out through there. Crap. Alright, I'm still doing good, I think. Come on. Really? Oh, that definitely hurt falling off there where I did. Huh. That ricocheted rocket came back to hit me. I knew it would, and I was almost thinking about talking about, you know, being able to use the rockets to hit other characters, especially characters that are doing good, like Dingo. That if you can do that, that definitely helps. But thankfully, you can't hit yourself with your own rocket, or I would have lost many events in the past. Like the crystal event for here, you know, don't take any damage from the rockets. I have the rocket has passed through me a couple times and would have damaged me if I hadn't have been, you know, if they could have. So I'm glad they don't, because that kind of helps you able to bounce them off the walls or the interior, you know, the inside ring, and do whatever you need to. Now this is a bad spot. You can see Kong's very close to me, as well as Rillaroo. I wasn't too concerned with Rillaroo, it was more Kong. I didn't want to use up all of my boost. You have to kind of use it in little bursts, just so that you can get about a half a lap ahead of the whichever character is really close to you. That's about the only way that you can easily or comfortably get to the end without having to worry about losing anything. And there's just no way. Like if I get out in front of Kong, he'll shoot me with a rocket, and then I'll fall, and there won't be no point in doing that. But I need to get ahead of Rillaroo. I'm not too far back behind. You know, he's right in front of me. If I can just get enough Wumpa Fruit to boost out ahead of him. I don't think I'm going to be able to, though, which is a shame. No, you never know. No. Oh, wow. Oh, that was close. That was too close. That rocket that bounced off the wall and hit him helped. But now we'll try and get out ahead again. I don't think we'll be able to, though, but we'll definitely try. Alright, now that we have some boost, you want to try and use it. You don't want to boost right off the edge, though, as I just about did, trying to mess up Kong for no reason. You know, Kong's nowhere near me. It's really Rillaroo that I need to focus on. Oh crap! No. Thankfully, that back wall is there, so it doesn't affect you as bad. But crap. And of course he's going to get out ahead of me again. Yes. Alrighty, so thanks for watching. At least I got 3. Some different events this time. I got the bash. Should have gotten the pogo, but that was BS. Yeah, I got the pogo tank and dash, so I'm happy about that. But anyway, so thank you for watching. The challenge of the video is how many people did I hit with the lobbing bombs and all the rounds of Metal Fox. Thank you for watching. In part 16, we will try and get some more Sapphire Relics here in part 4. So until then, later everyone.